There's really no such thing as a Palestinian. These stark words, uttered by Mike Huckabee, reverberated across the global stage. His nomination as the U.S. ambassador to Israel by President Trump sent shockwaves through the international community. This wasn't just a diplomatic appointment, it was a statement.
Israel would only be acting on the property it already owns. I think Israel has title deed to Judea and Samaria. There is no such thing as a West Bank. It's Judea and Samaria. There's no such thing as a settlement. They're communities, they're neighborhoods, they're cities.
Huckabee, a man known for his outspoken views, was now tasked with representing America in one of the world's most volatile regions. Huckabee's appointment immediately raised eyebrows. His past comments on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict were seen by many as deeply concerning. His denial of a Palestinian identity, a fundamental aspect of the conflict, was particularly alarming. It cast a long shadow over his ability to serve as an honest broker in any future peace negotiations. The appointment was met with a mixture of outrage and apprehension. Critics argued that Huckabee's appointment was a clear indication of the Trump administration's pro-Israel bias. They feared that his presence would further inflame tensions in the region. Supporters, on the other hand, praised Huckabee's unwavering support for Israel. They saw him as a staunch ally who would defend Israel's interests on the world stage. Mike Huckabee is no stranger to the political arena. He served as the 44th governor of Arkansas from 1996 to 2007. Huckabee, a Republican, gained national recognition during his time as governor. He was known for his conservative views and his folksy charm. He twice sought the Republican nomination for president, first in 2008 and again in 2016. Huckabee's political career has been marked by both successes and controversies. He is a polarizing figure, admired by some for his strong convictions and criticized by others for his uncompromising stances. His views on Israel and Palestine have been a consistent theme throughout his career. Huckabee's supporters often point to his strong religious beliefs as the driving force behind his unwavering support for Israel. His critics, however, argue that his religious views cloud his judgment and prevent him from seeing the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Regardless of one's stance on Huckabee, his appointment as ambassador to Israel is a significant development in the region's complex political landscape. Huckabee's record on Israel-Palestine is anything but neutral. His comments, often laced with religious rhetoric, have sparked outrage and condemnation. He has repeatedly denied the legitimacy of Palestinian claims to statehood. His public statements have often reflected a deep distrust of the Palestinian leadership, and a belief that Israel is engaged in an existential struggle against terrorism. Huckabee's views extend beyond mere rhetoric. He is a staunch supporter of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, a policy widely condemned as illegal under international law. He has consistently defended Israel's right to build settlements, arguing that they are essential for Israel's security and a reflection of the country's historical and biblical connection to the land. His unwavering support for Israel, coupled with his dismissive attitude towards Palestinian concerns, has led many to question his suitability for the role of ambassador. Critics argue that his appointment represents a departure from traditional U.S. policy in the region, which has long sought to maintain a semblance of neutrality while promoting a two-state solution. Section 4. Christian Zionism and its influence.
So I believe that when the Bible says that God gave this land to the Jewish people, I accept that. I'm a Christian, so I'm not a Jew. But I also believe that if those promises which were made to the Jewish people are no longer valid, then why would I believe any promise that I would believe God would make to me would be valid?
Huckabee's worldview is deeply rooted in Christian Zionism, a belief system that sees a divine right for Jews to the land of Israel. This ideology, with its emphasis on biblical prophecy, plays a significant role in shaping his approach to the region. Christian Zionism, while not a monolithic movement, generally supports Israeli policies, often unconditionally. Huckabee's appointment reflects the growing influence of Christian Zionism within American politics. This influence is particularly strong within the Republican Party, where support for Israel is often seen as a litmus test of conservative credentials. The Christian Zionist movement has played a key role in shaping U.S. policy towards Israel, often advocating for policies that are seen as more favorable to Israel, even at the expense of Palestinian rights. Critics argue that Christian Zionism, with its emphasis on biblical prophecy, is incompatible with a nuanced understanding of the complex political realities of the Middle East. They fear that Huckabee's appointment will further entrench a pro-Israel bias in U.S. foreign policy, making it even more difficult to achieve a just and lasting peace in the region. What's your take on this controversial appointment? Let us know in the comments below.